Hey everybody! Okay, so today we are going to work on the hall passes, okay? So we're going to set up our file, do everything in Adobe Illustrator. The nice thing about Adobe Illustrator is anything you do in here you can use for any vinyl cutter. So you can use it for a Cricut, you can use it for a silhouette, commercial vinyl cutters, pretty much anything. So you can basically set up your cut files, your SVGs, all in Illustrator. And I just find it's easier to work with that because if I ever want to change machines, I'm not limited to only knowing that particular machine software. This way I can create my own SVGs and I can use it pretty much for anything. Okay, so the hall passes, that's the ones we're going to do today. This is what the cut file will look like. So I have two different cut files on the website. I have this one, which is the composition notebook, and then I also have a checkerboard one, is stripes and checkerboards. Today we are going to use the composition notebook one, and we are going to do it two different ways. Some of these bottom ones, these actual hall passes, we're going to use printed vinyl for, and then some of it we're just going to use solid vinyl. So you can kind of see a variety of ways to do this. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is just kind of move everything out of the way, okay? So in Illustrator, you're going to see two arrows, okay? You have the selection tool and then you have the direct selection tool. So I like to stay on the direct selection just because if anything's grouped together, it's going to select all of that. So I just want to pick certain pieces and move out of the way so that I'm already done with that, okay? So I'm going to use the direct selection tool. This heart, I'm going to move out of the way. We're going to cut it. Don't have to do anything special to it. The flower, we're going to move that out of the way. We're going to move the lightning, the lightning bolt out of the way. Let me zoom in a little bit, be easier to see. Okay, so I want the lightning bolt, not the piece behind it. All right. Move that out of the way. Now, for this name, we're not going to use the name Mrs. Smith, so I'm going to delete that. And we can type in whatever we are going to use. So we'll do that. And you can use any font you want. And obviously you can do this in your Silhouette software. You can do it in your Cricut software if you're more familiar with that. I'm just doing everything in here, like I said, so that we can use it for any cutter, okay? The font that I'm using for this is called Easy Gain. It's one of my favorites. It's just really a fun font. Doesn't matter what color you have this because it's going to depend on whatever vinyl that you put in your machine. So you don't have to worry about coloring or changing the color unless you're actually doing print and cut. Everything we're doing today is actually vinyl cutting, okay? So in Illustrator, once you type your name out or your wording, you're going to right click and you're going to create outlines, okay? What that does is it changes it from it changes from an editable font to an actual cut line. Okay, so now this is ready to be cut. Hall passes, we're not going to make any changes on it, so we are going to keep that. This and this. All right, we can move that out of the way. We're not going to make any changes on that. Oh, I lie. We are going to make a change on that. What I want to do is I don't want to cut all of this space in between there, okay? So I am using my direct selection tool. I'm clicking the colored part of this image. And then I'm going to go ahead and click the colored part of all of these things. And I am just going to merge that, okay? That just gets rid of all those extra pieces in there that we do not need, okay? And I'm just going to move this whole thing over here. Okay, so this word, hall passes, will be one color of vinyl, the heart, the flower, the lightning bolt, the word, the name. And then as far as this, if I want to cut this in a certain color, I can. If I want to cut this in a certain color, I can. I'm just moving it all out of the way so I can easily see what I have and what I want to work with. And then this And this, I'm going to just change it to a different color so that it's easier to see. Not white though, because if my background's white, you cannot see it. Okay. All right, so we have that. So all of this is going to be done with solid colored vinyl, and we're just going to weed out the inside of that, okay? All right, this is just the perfect shape of the back of the board. We're not going to use that, okay? We're not going to use that at all. We don't need these pieces. We don't need any of this extra stuff. You can go to View and Outline if you want to see all those pieces. They say you can get rid of them. They're all in there, so you could do with them what you want. Okay, and I am going to keep these lines as I am going to cut that in vinyl as well. All right, so we have that. Now, we're going to do everything probably the same colors as this. So what we're going to do is take all of our words that we know we want. We're going to move those out of the way. So basically all I'm doing is just setting us up for cutting so that I know I have all the pieces. So it's just easier to look at this way. I know I need this, all of those things, okay? We're going to take the name and we're going to copy it. So copy, paste that. And we are going to size it to where it fits on these smaller ones. Like so. All right, so that's good. And we're gonna need 5 of those. So we can just copy and paste it. And again, you can do this all in your actual cutting software if you rather. Total preference. All right, and we're going to do the same thing with this that we did with the other one. I am going to select all of these pieces and we're going to merge those so I can move that out of the way. And I know I'm going to want to cut that. And that. I'm going to just change the colors of that so I can see it. And then as far as these, I will decide later what colors I want them to be, but I do need all of these individual pieces if I want to use them. I'll need 5 of those as well. This is the little accent marks. I want that. And then if I want these lines, which I probably won't use them for these little pieces, but who knows? Maybe. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 of them in this style. Or 2 of them. I'll probably do 2 of them in this style. And then what I'll do is 3 of them with actual printed vinyl, okay? So let's set that up. So if I wanted to do printed vinyl for this one, for instance, I'm gonna take this piece and I'm going to take this piece. I'm going to merge those together because all I want is just a solid little outline so that I can use printed vinyl for this, okay? And then I will probably use this behind there too, like in glitter, just to have some little extra. And then I might go ahead and do an offset on that. I'm gonna do 0.025 inches. So I'm gonna do, this piece will be our printed vinyl. This piece will be some transparent glitter, most likely, because I don't think I want to use real glitter on these. I might change my mind, but I have the piece if I want it, okay? So that is everything. So I can just delete all of these other ones. And like I showed you before, if you use this tool, if any of these things are grouped together, so see how I pick all this and it also picks that. If I change it to the direct selection tool, I can select just those things directly and delete it, okay? So this is our pieces. I'm gonna change the colors of this to something else just so it doesn't get lost. And then we have all of these pieces. And you totally can do print and cut on this. You can do a bunch of things. I am just giving you some options if you want to do full total vinyl on this one. Okay. All right, so we have all of our pieces. We're gonna select it all. We're gonna go to Object, we're gonna go to Artboard, and we're gonna select to fit to artwork bounds, okay? So what that does is it just encompasses it all, and then we are going to save that as an SVG. All right. I'm just putting it as split up so that I know. SVG, we're gonna save that. Whenever you're saving SVGs in Adobe Illustrator, I like to take these decimal places and put it much higher because that will make the quality better. So the less decimal places, the less detailed your images will be. So I like to put that up to about 6, okay? Press OK. So we have that. We're gonna minimize that and we are going to go to Silhouette, wherever it may be. There we go. Once we're signed in there, we're gonna open our SVG so I can just show you what it looks like. Then we will go ahead and cut everything and then we will assemble it in the next video. Okay, we're gonna File, Open. Hall Pass, the split up one. All right, so now we have all of our pieces. We're gonna go here. There's our page set up, 12 by 12. I am gonna change this to a 12 by 24 as I do have a 12 by 20, oh, sorry, right here, 12 by 24 mat to give us some more space. There we go. All right, so this will be cut. I'm gonna ungroup this. This will be cut in black vinyl. This will be cut in black vinyl. Oh, not the little, I don't want the little frame cut in black vinyl, just this part, okay? And we're gonna do 2 like that. I'm gonna copy and paste that. Okay, so that's black vinyl. This is how I like to set up everything whenever I'm working with Silhouette. I like to take everything and I use all of this space too, not just the mat, because the only thing that matters is that whenever you're actually going to cut it, that it's on your mat. But you can use all of this extra space however you want. It doesn't have to be on the mat or anything, okay? So this is black vinyl, this is black vinyl. This will be printed, one of these will be printed. So let me ungroup this. And it will be this one. So this will be printed vinyl. And we're gonna do 3 of them in the printed vinyl. We're gonna do notebook paper printed vinyl. So 1, 2, 3 printed vinyl. Because we have 5 passes in all. And we're gonna do all of this in transparent glitter. So 1, 2, and we have 5 of them, like I said. So we're gonna do all 5 in transparent glitter. Let me double check that I have the right one. So to double check that I have the right one of these, I'm going to change the color to this. I want the smaller piece to be the printed vinyl. Bring to front. Okay, yeah, that's right. Smaller piece is that one. Change the color of this to match, just to help me know what I'm doing. Okay, so black, transparent glitter, printed vinyl. Okay, and then we'll probably go ahead and just keep this blue. This, I would like probably something fancy, like something glittery maybe. Probably like a holographic. So we're going to do this over here. We're going to do this a holographic. And what we'll do is make these holographic too. But I'm going to cut them from in the inside to not waste, or to save as much as I can. And I'll try to get 5 in here. I think we can do it. We can figure it out. Probably rotate. All right. All right, yay. All right, so okay, get a little closer. All right, so this is going to be some kind of holographic. This, I'll go ahead and do the lines in black. So I can put those here. I can put these in here. We've got to save our vinyl, right? All right, so we're going to do all that in black. All the little names, I think we're going to go ahead and do in black too. As you can tell, Silhouette is not as quick of a software as Adobe Illustrator. Just got to think a little more. All right. All right, so we got that. And if I can fit this in here, we'll go ahead and do this in black also. All right, perfect. So all of that is going to be black. This, I don't know yet. I might do it in white. I might do it in transparent glitter. So we're gonna leave that by itself. And I will go ahead and keep the colors of all of this. So this will be blue, blue, purple, purple, pink, pink, orange, yellow, orange, green, and then this will be a light blue. I know these little pieces seem pointless, but those are the kind of things that make it so dang cute if you stick to it. Okay, so we got light blue, orange, pink, green, and yellow. And for these little pieces, we're gonna need 5 of each, okay? So I can do that now, or I can do it whenever I'm actually cutting. I'll probably just go ahead and do it when I'm actually cutting and duplicate it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these things, and then I'll be back with you guys, and we will weed it all and get it ready for assembly, and then go ahead and assemble it. Hope that helps you guys. Bye.